You wag his head. Yep. Now, you better not ride him like that all the time. But it's an obedience that you're saying, I want you a little deep. He tends to be a little bit against you. You tend to be a lot against him. Okay? You get a good strong hold on his mouth. So see if you can, just as a little bit of an exercise here, that you have the discipline and he has the obedience to go forward and a little bit extra loosen his jaw and pull. Bend it right, shake the bit a little. There. And a little rounder again. Ask him. Yeah. Now, the reason I want you to do this is it gives you a little tool to use if he gets a little too tough and is pushing his nose out. It also, I don't think you're going to get him too deep if you try to manhandle him. Use strength because he's too big and strong and you're too little. Not that you're not strong. So I just want you to be able to do this. Once you can, I don't want you to do it, particularly. But be able to ride him a little deep. And in order to do it, you're going to have to be less strong. That it doesn't have something against which to pull. Good. Left hand up. Yep. And now let's prepare and over after K, do a turn on the haunches. Doesn't have to be quite so deep anymore. Okay, that's humongous. Okay, and he wasn't bent to the right. He should be bent in the direction in which he's going. Active, active, active. Yep, don't hang on him. Yep, put him a little bit together. Now, you're going to take a little chance this time, Olivia. Straight ahead and a turn on the haunches. Half hold. No, half hold. There. Yes. Now, you got close to him pivoting. You know what I mean by pivoting? Yeah. But that was the size of it, okay? Now, keep in mind, everybody, with a turn on the haunches, and especially for a walk pirouette, if your horse's stride is normally, say, this long, however long it is, don't expect him to instantly have a stride this long, which is what he needs in a turn on the haunches or a pirouette. So the first thing you're going to do is shorten the walk a little bit. Try not to slow it, but shorten it. Little half hold, shorten, and turn. Half hold, and turn. Left leg, left leg. Yeah, okay. Active now, active, good. Supple and elastic, long leg, not gripping. Nice soft leg. And one more turn on the haunches. Shorten, shorten, half hold, turn. Turn the front end. Step, step. Oh, he got a little stuck. He got stuck. Not a little stuck. He got stuck. Go across the diagonal. And on the diagonal, you're going to do another turn to the left. Now, if you hold him back, you're telling him to get stuck. You've got to be riding little half-alties things. Give, take, half hold. Good. Beautiful. Now, advice to everybody. If you're really working on pirouettes, if you're really working small, do not do it without somebody watching. Or at the very least, where you can see the whole thing in the mirror. Because you've got to be on the edge. You've got to take that chance. But you do not want the horse to learn to pivot, because once they've learned to pivot, it can be pretty hard to undo. They must keep stepping behind. Drop your leg down. Don't hold it on. I don't mean that your heel has to go down more, okay? I just mean don't hold your heel up in his ribs. Yeah, that's it. Use your leg. Don't hold your leg. Yeah, good. He's a tiny bit deep, but not really. Okay? And let's go to trot. Now, don't take more pressure on his mouth. Try it. Don't take pressure. Ride it, adjust it, but don't hang on it. And give a little. Give a little. Yeah! Good. Walk one step and trot. And trot. Give a little. Give. Don't hold it. But you're never going to get the collection where he's really shifting his weight back and getting really active and underneath behind if you're hanging on it. Active, active. Good. Good. Straight ahead. And shoulder in. Don't hang on him. Drop your leg down, then use it. A little more angle. Atta girl. Good. And straight ahead. And walk one step and trot. And trot. Good. And walk one step and trot. Easy hands. I want it to be quicker into the trot. Sorry. And shoulder in again. Trot. Easy hands. Right brain a little half hold. Not too much bend. Right brain a little bit. Yep. And a volte. Small circle. Activate him a little bit. Do not cross over that center line to the center line. Active a little bit and give a stride. And then ask whatever you need to ask. And if you feel like he's getting heavy and downhill, do a walk to trot. That's like a mega half hold. And trot. It's got to be quick. Soft hold. Good. Straight ahead. And at B, a half circle and a half pass. Making sure you're not clutching with that leg. Active, active. Good. And walk. Tell me what you think the most common fault might be in half passes. Stop. Anybody? Haunches leading. And that's what I call a stupid mistake. Okay? There's lots of things over which you don't have a whole lot of control. But you know what I mean by haunches leading? Yeah. Haunches leading is bad riding. Okay? Now I'm being a little nasty about this because that's the way I feel. Very strong. We see so often, and you just did it, with the haunches leading in the beginning, and it's so unnecessary, and it's such a stupid way to lose points. There's lots more fun. Okay? Now, how do we prevent the haunches from leading?
My trainer taught me to look across the diagonal and
Okay, that's one, I mean, that's a good thought, but that isn't necessarily going to make sure the haunches don't lead. That's good too. The main thing is, I just asked you to do, don't let him get stuck like this. I just asked you to do 180 degrees to a half pass. You know what I mean, 180 degrees. Half of a circle. Okay? Ride half of a circle plus one more stride of a circle. That gets the forehand to the left. And then goes sideways. Now, have you ever done haunches in on a diagonal line? Okay. We're going to do that. So let's go straight ahead. You're going to do shoulder in on the long side. Then you're going to come across the diagonal from M. And at some point I'll ask you to do a haunches into the right. So try. Nice and supple, not hanging. Shoulder in. Nice and supple. Hands stay forward. Don't slow him up. Do not slow him up. You could have a tiny bit more bend. Straight ahead. Across the diagonal from M to K. Look at K. Straight. Straight. Now haunches into the right. He looks at K. He looks at K. Make him look at K. What are you doing right now? What's this called? It's a half pass. Okay? Haunches in on a diagonal line is a half pass. Didn't that feel like a half pass? Yeah. Well, look at that scary person up there. You're really frightened.
I promise I don't eat large ones.
Okay. You're going somewhere?
Exactly.
So come on back over here while we get the scary person to leave. So, again, this is one way we teach horses to half pass. This is one way we teach riders to half pass. You make sure they can do a haunches in, and you go on a diagonal and ask for haunches in. And the nice thing about this is, you know, the horse should be looking at the spot to which he's going. So if you're riding a nice long half pass, let's say from this end to M, he's looking at M. He doesn't have much time. A little bit. If you're doing a very short half pass, if you're doing a short half pass, sort of the normal one we have from fourth level and above, you're starting from here, you're going to go to B, he's looking at B. If you're doing a Grand Prix half pass, and you're starting here, he's going to be looking at D. You ride that diagonal to D, and then you put the haunches in. But he keeps looking at the letter. So if he's going more sideways, there's more bend. If he's going less sideways, there's less bend. But he's looking at the spot that you want to meet. Okay? So again, going back to the haunches leading, if you want to think of it this way, ride your half circle, start your diagonal line, and immediately haunches it. Okay? So I've taken all of that time so that I have the right to screech at you